Let me tell you something that doesn't happen every day in professional sports. One of the greatest basketball players to ever lace up sneakers, a man with 4 NBA championships, 4 MVP awards, and a career that has spanned more than 2 decades, stopped what he was doing, pulled out his phone, and left a comment on a young woman's Instagram post. Not because someone asked him to. Not because it was a publicity stunt. But because greatness genuinely recognizes greatness, and LeBron James saw something in Caitlin Clark that he couldn't ignore. This wasn't some elaborate gesture. It wasn't a press conference shout-out or a televised moment. It was a simple comment on a post where Clark shared 7 photos from Indiana Fever's media day and preseason games. She captioned it the way only someone who is locked in, focused, and ready for war would. Year 3. See you all soon. And LeBron? He kept it short. He kept it simple. But the message hit like a freight train, because when LeBron James hypes you up, the entire basketball world stops and pays attention. Now, before we get into what this all means, let's set the scene properly, because context is everything here. Caitlin Clark is 5 days away from tipping off her 3rd WNBA season with the Indiana Fever. She is coming off one of the most painful chapters of her young professional career, a 2025 season that was cut brutally short by a groin injury that limited her to just 13 games. 13 games. For a player of her caliber, for a competitor with her fire, sitting on the sideline watching her teammates battle without her had to be absolutely agonizing. But she didn't disappear. She didn't go quiet. She put her head down, she did the work, she rehabbed, she grinded, and now she is back. Fully healthy. Fully hungry. And from everything we've seen in the preseason, she is playing with a level of energy and intention that should make every team in the WNBA genuinely nervous. The Fever went 2-1 in the preseason, and the highlight of that stretch was a dominant 105-57 blowout victory over the Nigeria national team. That scoreline tells you everything you need to know about where Indiana's mindset is heading into this season. They are not here to participate. They are here to compete at the highest level, and Clark is leading the charge from the front. Think about what Year 3 means for a talent like Caitlin Clark. Year 1, she came in as the most hyped WNBA draft pick in the history of the league, and she delivered. She won Rookie of the Year. She broke records. She filled arenas. She changed television ratings. She brought a wave of new fans to the sport that the WNBA had never seen before. Year 2, the injury happened. She was robbed of the chance to build on that momentum, to take that next step, to show the world what a fully evolved, fully confident Caitlin Clark looked like on a professional basketball court. And now here we are at Year 3, and everything that was taken from her last season, every game she missed, every moment she had to watch from the bench, all of that is fuel now. Every single drop of it. Her season opener is a home matchup against the Dallas Wings, and if the preseason is any indication, Indiana is going to come out of the gates flying. Clark has Kelsey Mitchell alongside her in the backcourt, one of the most dynamic, explosive guards in the entire league. She has Aaliyah Boston in the frontcourt, a player who brings toughness, intelligence, and a championship-level mentality every single night. This roster, when healthy and clicking, is legitimate championship contender material. And they know it. The city of Indianapolis knows it. And now, with LeBron James publicly putting his stamp of approval on Clark heading into the season, the rest of the world is being reminded of it too. Let's talk about LeBron for a second, because his support of Caitlin Clark is not a new thing. This isn't the first time he has gone out of his way to show love to her publicly. Back in May of 2025, he posted his own message of encouragement to her, telling her to go do her thing, to be herself, to trust the process. The fact that he keeps coming back, keeps showing up in her corner, says a lot about how he views her as a competitor, as a cultural force, and as someone who is carrying the torch for basketball in a real and meaningful way. LeBron has always had an incredible eye for greatness. He has always understood legacy, understood impact, understood what it means to be bigger than just the game. And he clearly sees all of that in Clark. Meanwhile, LeBron himself is right in the middle of his own battle. The Los Angeles Lakers just punched their ticket to the Western Conference semifinals by defeating the Houston Rockets in 6 games, and now they are gearing up to face the Oklahoma City Thunder starting Tuesday. That is not an easy assignment by any measure. The Thunder are one of the best teams in the Western Conference, young, athletic, deep, and hungry for a title of their own. And to make matters more complicated for the Lakers, Luka Doncic is currently sidelined with a grade 2 hamstring strain, which means the offensive burden falls even more heavily on LeBron's shoulders. But if there is one thing we have learned from watching LeBron James for over 2 decades, it is that pressure does not crush him, it polishes him. The bigger the moment, the better he plays. The Lakers are going to need every bit of that this postseason. But here is what makes this whole story so compelling. You have 2 of the most popular basketball players on the planet, from different leagues, different generations technically in terms of career stage, different journeys, and they are both right here, right now, competing at the highest level at the exact same time. LeBron chasing another ring with the Lakers, pushing the boundaries of what is possible at his age. Clark chasing the ultimate prize in the WNBA, determined to rewrite her narrative after a season that tested her in ways she never expected. And somehow, in the middle of all of this, they find each other in this beautiful moment on Instagram where greatness tips its hat to greatness. That is not a small thing. That is not just a social media moment to scroll past. That is a real acknowledgement from one of the greatest competitors in the history of sport saying that what Clark is doing matters. That she belongs. That her impact on the game of basketball is real, is significant, and deserves to be celebrated. Clark and the Indiana Fever have a chance to do something truly historic this season. The franchise's last championship came back in 2012, and the hunger to bring that title back to Indianapolis has been building for years. This roster, this coaching staff, this moment in time, everything is aligned for something special. Clark's return from injury gives them back their engine, their offensive catalyst, their floor general. And if the fire we saw in that preseason is any indication of what this team is capable of over a full regular season and into the playoffs, opponents better be ready. Because year 3 Caitlin Clark is not the wide-eyed rookie who walked into the league with enormous expectations. She is not the injured player who had to sit and watch. She is a battle-tested, fully focused professional athlete who knows exactly what she is capable of, knows exactly what this team needs from her, and is ready to go out and prove it to everyone. The Instagram post said it perfectly. Year 3. See you all soon. And if you love basketball, if you love competition, if you love watching greatness unfold in real time, you better be watching. Because this season is going to be something special.